Good morning. Just got back from a bike ride and it's pretty nice out. Um, okay, so one thing, I saw a Bible quote that might have been like from a Romans or something. Romans something. And it said, whoever believes that Jesus died for their sins will be saved. So I guess that could be, pretty good tip. But anyway, other than that, I was going to talk about some just like general things that have made my life better, like uh, just some really general things. Okay, something I just learned this week was about lacing your shoe up. I don't remember the guy's name, but I just watched a YouTube video a few days ago, and he said that like when you cross your laces over, it puts pressure on the top of your foot. And I've been doing a lot of steps lately, and so I was pretty willing to try it. So I tried it on one shoe, and I was amazed at how much more comfortable the shoe felt. So I did it on the other one real quick, and now I've been doing it for a few days, and yeah, I really like it. Here, I'll show you you could I guess once you leave the thing, it doesn't dial in on you anymore. So see how they go straight across? So yeah, it makes the shoe way more comfortable. What's it in? Gimbal endpoint reached. Yeah, I'm not real good at using this camera. Here's my bicycle though. Just got back from a nice bike ride. But yeah, I've had this bike for a long time, and it's a cheap bike, and it doesn't have any electronic stuff, so you don't have to be charging batteries and all kinds of goofy stuff. It's a fixed gear, so it's just one gear, and it's been a really great bike for me through the years. I think it was made in like 2012. I bought it pretty much brand new. and but it's a really cheap bike. But nowadays you can't hardly buy a bike like that because they want to sell you a bunch of disc brakes and all kinds of goofy stuff that you don't need and it's bad for you. That's another tip. I think the only time you really need disc brakes is if you're going down some big mountain or something. I've seen YouTube videos of people doing that, and they go like, I don't know, 60, 70 miles an hour down a mountain, down a mountain road. You might need disc brakes on something like that, but most people don't need disc brakes at all. And I've seen, if you Google about it, there's these knee injuries where the disc will like chop right into the person's knee when they wreck on the bike. So that's another reason to skip the disc brakes. But I also think it's foolish to have a front brake. Like, I don't know what the facts are as far as like how fast you can stop with or without a front brake, but I've seen so many YouTube video fails of where people are going maybe they don't even have to be going that fast, but if you lock up that front brake, you'll go flying over the handlebars and land on your face. And yeah, it's terrible and unnecessary. They should definitely they make it a law that you have to have a front brake, but it's enforced stupidity is what I think it is, because I don't know, I've just seen so many people lock that front brake up. Like, even if you're going down a little bit of a hill, you don't even have to lock it up that much, and you'll be on your face in like 2 seconds. Um, I don't really have that problem with this bicycle though. I don't even use the brakes typically because all I have to do is put all my weight on the upstroke of the pedal, and it'll make the bike stop really fast. It's faster than the brakes will. And I've seen people like lock up on a fixed gear. They'll lock up the back tire and like skid to a stop to slow down. But I think that if you just put pressure on that up pedal, you can stop even faster than if you lock it up. So I think that's stupid too. Probably just wears out your tire. They just do it to be cool or something. I don't know. Um, Another thing that I've really liked in my life is a shower head that you can take off of there. I've got a magnetic one, and it doesn't. I'd say get the cheaper one. Get the plastic one because the metal ones are too heavy anyway. So yeah, the plastic one might wear out at some point, but they last a really long time, far as I can tell. Um, but yeah, that's really nice. I like to be able to hose my feet and my butt off. And because you need clean feet and clean butt. And another thing I've really liked is that I've started a long time ago was I use on my bed I use a extra pillow for my knees and my legs is really nice. Um, so like if I'm sleeping on my side, I'll put the pillow in between my knees and my legs, and it just makes it like so comfortable. So that's one tip that I've really enjoyed through the years, and I don't know. I don't see many people do it, but I think it's great. And I've recommended it to people, and I don't know. They never want to do it for some reason. They never want to try it. And let's see, what's some other good tips? Oh, I would say to drink water. Like, you don't need all these drinks. I mean, like, all these goofy drinks, they're like candy pretty much. And you don't need it. I prefer Pellegrino with my meals. It's a really good mineral water, and I also do a lot of supplements, and I've found some of them to be really good and helpful. like glycine, and I have glycine and TMG powder, and I use them in my Pellegrino, and it makes it a little sweet and tastes really good. The glycine especially, the TMG throws it off a little bit, but the glycine makes it taste like it's a little bit like grapes, like a grape flavor, or like sumac. It's more like sumac actually, but most people probably aren't familiar with sumac. Um, and let's see, what's some other. Oh, vitamin D is. I think that's really important for most people to take some extra vitamin D. So I think it says D3 on the bottle. And I also do take K2 of that. There's conflicting reports on if that's necessary or not or whatever, but I do it. It doesn't hurt you any anyway. Oh, another important one is magnesium, but there's a lot of different forms of magnesium. And I'm not a doctor or anything. This is just what I've tried and what I do, and it works really good for me. Like different people might have particular uh, needs, or they might be on some kind of medicine to where they shouldn't take certain things. So you need to keep that in mind, and before you just start taking a bunch of stuff. But I take magnesium glycinate. That's the one I like the best. And let's see, what's some other really important ones? I take quite a few different ones. I take collagen supplement as well as really good, and I also take creatine, and I think that's pretty good. Um, I do take this Super Beats or Total Beats. I guess Super Beats is the. I always call it Super Beats, but it's Total Beats, and it's from Force Factor. But anyway, the Super Beats is like overpriced, and I don't think it's as good as this one. This one's cheaper and better in my opinion, but I don't really know. And oh, I take like an omega krill oil, fish oil for the omega 3s. I take that sort of thing because those are really important too for like health and longevity and stuff. And and I take some turmeric sometimes, but if you're like building muscle, you don't want to take too much anti-inflammatory type stuff because it might um, slow your muscle building. But it can be good if you have like sore knees or if you're really overweight or something, and you have like just soreness in your joints or something. Turmeric is really good for that. And I do take a potassium supplement too. Uh, I think that's pretty helpful. Um, let's see. I was eating sardines, but I guess they're really good for you and nutrient dense. But I don't know. I ate a can of tuna and I was like, I like the tuna way better, just taste wise and stuff. So I'm starting to phase out eating sardines as much and eat more tuna. And and oh, I love those Kirkland French fries. Like they sell this giant bag of French fries that are so good. They're better than fast food French fries. You just bake them in the oven. But they I don't know, since I eat healthier, I notice when something makes me feel like not as good, and they kind of can make me feel a little not as good, so I don't eat those too much, but boy, they're good anyway. They might help you transition off of fast food, French fries or something, and try to help get you eating healthier or something. But I don't hardly eat much fast food in general, though. Let's see. Well, that was a lot of my best life hacks and stuff. I do really like the smart devices, like home smart devices. It's fun to be able to tell your light to come on and and change colors and all kinds of cool stuff. I like that. And well, that's about all my cool secret life secret hacks or whatever that I can think of right now. Another thing is if you, I don't know, I used to wear New Balance shoes a lot, and like through the years, I've noticed that I don't know, they rub like the back of my ankle, or they would always give me some rubbing, uh, like injury or pain, to where like it would even bleed or something because I was getting so many steps or whatever, and and then I got another pair, and it was rubbing my foot the wrong way, and then I started wearing Brooks running shoes and walking shoes and stuff, and they treat my feet right. Like they feel so much better. They're a little expensive, but you can get them on sale, like the previous year's model or whatever. If you don't want to pay the full price, but they're worth it. Like if you're doing a lot of steps or getting a lot of walking or whatever, or just standing on your feet a lot. That's another thing I do sometimes is I'll eat standing up rather than sitting down, and and I think that's pretty good. Actually, there's studies that show that just by walking within like 15 minutes after you eat, that you can lower the insulin response from that meal by like 10 or 20%. So that's a pretty nice bonus. Like if you walk before you eat a meal, you don't get that bonus. But if you walk after or while you're eating the meal, you get that bonus. And so, yeah, when I'm standing and eating, I'll like shuffle around the apartment while I eat. So I'm probably getting that bonus. And sometimes I'll just pop off with like 15 squats, just 15. I don't even lift weights much anymore. I used to lift weights when I was younger, do bench press and curls and stuff. But now I've got a couple of 5 pound dumbbells. And that's all I use nowadays. But I do push ups and pull ups. I just do calisthenics, I guess, just body weight exercises. And yeah, it doesn't take many squats, just, without any weights. And you'll get tired pretty fast. You can get a good workout in. But I have enjoyed watching these people on the fail videos. Like you could probably look up YouTube exercise fails or something. And oh my gosh, Like these people be trying to lift like way too much weight, and they'll just like fold up, you know. Oh my gosh, so many things. They find so many ways to hurt themselves and stuff. And one of your main goals when you exercise should be not to hurt yourself, you know. Another thing I see a lot on those videos is they'll use these stretchy strap things, and then inevitably it'll like smack them in the face or something, you know. Oh my gosh, so much goofy stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't do any of that. I don't think any of that's necessary, but I don't know. There's this YouTuber I like that I watch named Hampton, and I don't remember what his channel's called for sure, but he talks about calisthenics and he'll review like little goofy exercise stuff sometimes. But anyway, his recent one was like this April Fool's video, but really it was pretty solid and true in my opinion. It wasn't even really an April Fool's type thing, but it was about gravity and how gravity is all you need to get good exercise. And so that's kind of what I do. You know, just push ups. You're just pushing against gravity, and squats. You're just doing gravity. And walking, you know, unless you're in outer space, then you're dealing with Earth's gravity. Earth. Earth. Get the correct pronunciation on that. And oh, it was a pretty cute video though. I liked it. But he's got a lot of good exercise videos. Like if you can't do a normal push up, he says just like lean against a wall and push against the wall, and you know, you can build up your strength to the point to where you can do regular push-ups, you know. So yeah, if you're way out of shape or really weak or whatever, you can find a starting point that you can start from to get to, you know, to get more strength. And well, I think that's most of my life hacks. Also, just try not to eat too much sugar or carbs, but some carbs are, you know, can be good, you know. But make sure you get plenty of protein is another thing. And drink plenty of water too. Especially if you're taking vitamins, you want to be drinking water. And some vitamins are like fat soluble, and some of them are water soluble. So by drinking plenty of water, you can make sure that if you do get too much of a water soluble vitamin, you can just pee it out and keep your levels at a good level. But for the fat ones, you have to be more careful not to take too much. But generally, taking too much of a vitamin is kind of a overblown issue. Yeah, I've been talking a long time here, so it's like 24 minutes. All right. But anyway, if you do take when you do take your fat soluble vitamins, you probably should take them when you've ate a meal that has like some healthy fats, like butter or some kind of meat with some healthy fat. And but anyway, I gotta wrap this up. Remember, Jesus loves you.